They don't build trucks like this anymore. These engines, they weren't just tough, they were borderline unkillable. Some ran for over 1 million miles without a rebuild. And today, we're counting down the 8 most reliable vintage trucks, with engines so overbuilt, they might just outlive you. Imagine this, you fire up a truck that's older than your dad, and it still starts like it's fresh off the lot. No warning lights, no complicated sensors, just raw steel, honest torque, and the sound of forever. Before emissions rules, before electronics took over, there was a golden age. And in that age, truck engines were built to survive war zones, oil fields, farms, and frozen mountaintops. Today, we're diving into 8 vintage trucks that weren't just reliable, they were legendary. These weren't just machines, they were lifelines. Let's kick it off.
Number 8, 1979, 1993. Dodge D to W Series, 12-volt Cummins diesel. When Dodge dropped the 5.9-liter 12-valve Cummins into their trucks in '89, it changed everything. Diesel trucks went from slow and smoky to powerful, reliable monsters. These 12-volt Cummins blocks, they were originally designed for industrial machinery. That's right, tractors, generators, oil rigs, overbuilt by default. They had forged rods, simple electronics, and insane low-end torque. And here's the kicker. People have gotten over 1.5 million miles out of them. With regular oil changes, these engines just don't die. Number 7, 1960 to 1966 Ford F-Series, 300 Inline 6. Ask any old-school mechanic what Ford's most reliable engine is. They'll probably say the 300 straight 6. Built like a tank, low RPM torque, zero nonsense. It powered everything from farm trucks to UPS vans. Even when the body rusted off, the engine kept running. One guy in Canada used his F100 through 42 winters. The frame broke in half. Engine still ran. Ford never made anything this unbreakable again.
Number 6, 1973 to 1987 Chevy Square Body 350 Small Block V8. Ah, the mighty 350. Yes, it's everywhere, but it earned its reputation. By the mid-70s, Chevy had refined it into one of the most balanced, durable V8s of all time. Whether it was in a C10, a Silverado, or a work van, it just ran. Parts were cheap, maintenance was easy, and it made decent power without breaking a sweat. You could rebuild it in your driveway with basic tools. That's what made it so loved. It wasn't just reliable, it was yours. You could fix it, tweak it, trust it. Try doing that with a modern turbo V6. Number 5, 1984 to 1991 Toyota pickup 22R, 22RE. This might be the smallest truck on the list, but its heart was invincible. The 22R and 22RE 4-cylinder engines were compact but unreal. They survived mud, snow, heat, sandstorms, and never missed a beat. We're talking stories of Toyotas flipped off cliffs in Chile, dragged back up, and still driving. The engine wasn't fast, but it was engineered with surgical precision. Timing chain, indestructible. Block, cast iron. People still fight over these trucks online. Why? Because they're some of the few vehicles from the 80s that will definitely outlive you.
Number 4, 1970-1980 International Harvester Scout II IH345 V8.
You don't hear about International Harvester much, but in the world of reliability, they're legends. The 345 cubic inch V8 in the Scout II wasn't powerful, it wasn't light, but it was insanely durable. It was the kind of engine that ran better the more you ignored it. Farmers, ranchers, oil workers, they all trusted these things. One ranch in Texas still uses 2 Scout 2s to haul hay every winter. Engines haven't been touched since 1982. Number 3, 1965 to 1981. Ford F-Series 390 FE V8. Big, heavy, brutal. The 390 FE wasn't sexy, but it was strong. Used in F-250s and F-350s, this engine made real truck power. 400+ pound-feet of torque. You could haul cattle, trailers, or lumber all day long. Some guys ran these with 1 cylinder dead, and they still started every morning. Ford phased them out eventually. But the ones that remain, still roaring, still hauling, still refusing to die. Number 2, 1981 to 1987. Chevy C K-Series 6.2-liter Detroit diesel. Here's the wild card. The 6.2 Detroit diesel had a weird reputation. Some called it slow. Others called it bulletproof. Here's the truth. If you treated it right, it lasted forever. It wasn't built for speed. It was built for survival. These engines were in military Humvees and Suburbans. No turbos, no electronics, just cold start grumbles and enough torque to pull a house off its foundation. They were slow, sure, but in terms of longevity, almost unbeatable. Number 1, 1961 to 1971 Jeep Gladiator Tornado Inline 6. The name says it all. The Tornado 230 engine was Jeep's first overhead cam inline 6, and it was way ahead of its time. Smooth, durable, unique, and in the Gladiator, it was a beast. This was the truck that could cross deserts, scale cliffs, and still get you home. Most people forgot about it, but the few still running, they're a reminder that even 60 years ago, someone figured out how to build an engine that refuses to quit. What all these trucks have in common isn't horsepower or speed, it's trust. Engines you could count on no matter what. No diagnostics, no screens, no nonsense. Just cold steel forged to last. You might never find them at a dealership, but if you're lucky enough to drive one, you'll know. You'll feel it in the first turn of the key, that low, loyal rumble that says, "I'm still here, I'm not going anywhere." If you love real trucks with real engines, hit subscribe